All right, so welcome to the coffee lecture number 6 from this series. It's one of the earliest coffee lectures which we started giving back in 2013. KnowItAll AnyWare software and database for spectra. And we repeat it regularly because we realize very often the knowledge gets lost that we are actually licensing this source. So the idea today is that tell you what KnowItAll is, and that is a spectral database, which is now owned by Wiley, and it contains over 2 million different kinds of spectra, IR, MS, NMR, Raman, and UV-Vis, of organic as well, of inorganic compounds, but also polymers, metabolites, all kinds of molecules. And these spectra come from very different sources. It's not only spectra that are published in articles, but it's also sometimes spectra from industry, from national institutes, and so on. Now, this database can be accessed in 2 different ways. One way, which I will show you today, is the web-based search engine called KnowItAll AnyWare. And this is really a very simple way to access a database. All what you need to do is to go to this www.knowitallanywhere.com, and then it works. You search, and I'll show you how to search. The other way is to install the Windows client software, KnowItAll Informatics System. So this is then a software by the same company, which is a professional software, and it allows a lot of analytics on spectra, also database building. It has lots of solutions. And I did give a coffee lecture on KnowItAll Informatics System about 1 year ago. And if you go to our YouTube channel, we have a YouTube channel from the library. There's a recording of this coffee lecture. So in case you want to see the difference between what I'm going to show you today and what the informatics system can do, you can just peek into that coffee lecture. So today I show KnowItAll AnyWare, so the web version of the access to the database. But before doing that, I would like to tell you that there's quite a useful page where all the spectral databases that are inside this product are listed. And this is the link to it. And maybe I show you how it looks like. So if you go to that page, I have it here, then you land on a page like that. Well, actually, I think that's already a bit further. You first land here. And then you can say, okay, I'm interested in what kind of IR spectra there are in KnowItAll. And then you can go here and look at, for example, Wiley Smart Spectra IR database collection. And if you click on that, then you see the compound coverage, and you see all things that are there. And I think if you continue somewhere, you actually get a detailed list of even indexes for each of the compounds. Yeah. So there must be a way to see that. Maybe view details is better. Here, database is included. Yes, exactly. So, and then you see here, we have plasticizers, we have polymers, we have coating chemicals. Then we have pure organic compounds. We have industrial compounds, lubricants, for forensic sciences, environmentals, inorganics, and so on. Yeah, and that's just IR part. And for each of those, you can look into the index and get the names of compounds. Why am I showing you that? Because sometimes it happens that you're searching for your compound of interest with KnowItAll AnyWare, and it looks like it's not there in the database, but you'd expect it to be. And in such a case, I go here and I check if I can find it in one of those lists. Yeah, so that's the reason why I'm showing you that. But now I'm going to go to the KnowItAll. So KnowItAllAnywhere.com. If you go here, then this page opens. I'm going to keep it now with that size because then you see all the buttons. It is very, very simple to use. The one way, this should go away, of course. One way to search is to put in the compound name that, as you know, in chemistry is difficult, right? It's very hard to know the correct one as it's stored in the database. That's why you have here the option to put in CAS registry number as well. That usually works really well. You can also do peak searches. You can upload a spectrum and search against a database, trying to figure out which compound that could be, or you can draw a structure or upload a structure. So let me now start very simple with a compound name. If I say I would like to search for vitamin D3 and I do a search, then what happens? I'm now searching all types of spectra. I didn't say I want just IR or just UV-Vis. Yeah, so I'm searching the whole database. It goes pretty fast. And I'm now already getting the results for vitamin D3. First, there are IR spectra, and then if I would scroll down, I get to carbon NMR, and then I get to mass spectra. So you have all kinds of spectra. And if you want to see the details, then you click on View Full Record. And then you get the spectra with some basic information. So you see it was done in a calliobromate tablet, and it's from Sattler Biochemicals, so it actually belongs to Wiley. The source of sample was NIH. So you don't get much more information about how exactly it has been recorded. That's about what you get from this database, but you get the spectra right away. So this is a simple way to search. I personally seldomly search with names. I usually search with CAS registry number. And I have here now an example. I have to find the number. For for PMMA, so the polymethyl methacrylic acid, you wouldn't want to type that in because you don't know how exactly it is stored in the database. So we try just with CAS registry number. And now I will say I want just IR spectra so that it goes a bit faster. So I tick that here, search. And here we have then IR spectra of PMMA. And again, with few record, you can then have a look into where the sample came from. This time it was film, and there are even some comments. Yeah, but that's pretty much what you can expect. All right, then I'm going back to the first page. Now I'm going to do clear. You should not forget to clear your search before doing the next one. An example of uploading a spectrum, that is something what people are very interested in. So that's possible. Types of spectra you can upload, you can find here under About. So here are all the formats that KnowItAll AnyWare, so the web application supports. If you have a different format of spectra, then you need the Windows software. There's much more possible. Okay, so I have prepared an example. It's on my desktop. I quickly go to my desktop. Spectral search. So I have here a mass spectra, and I would like to know where it comes from. So I could here include or exclude ranges if I would want. For some methods, it is possible also to do already in the KnowItAll AnyWare the mixture analysis. So if an IR spectrum would be coming from more components, you could do that. Now in mass spec, that's not possible. This functionality is even stronger than in the program that you can download. But that's now the basic search. Here you have also different search methods if you know more about that. And if you do a search, what happens then? This spectrum is going to be searched against a database, and you will get a suggestion what the molecule behind it could be. If it would be a mixture search, you would then also get percentages of different mixtures. Now, this is a very clear example. So there is one molecule where there's 100% overlap between what I have uploaded and what the database has found. And it is a menthol molecule, and it's 100% hit with the database. But if you saw before the hit list, the second hit was then just 78%, I think. 98%. Let me go down to one lower one, 83. And there you then see the differences between the compounds, that some peaks are black and some are red. Yeah, so you could see where the differences come from. Okay, that was an example of a spectrum search, and then you can also do, I'm going to make it clear here, you can also upload a structure, or you can also try to draw, if you like. Now, for the time reasons, I have here something prepared, just a styrene in a form of a mol file that works really well. You can upload it, and then again search. I don't think I need to repeat that, so I could search for any kind of spectra here of styrene this way too. And then the last thing, not to get over time, you can search with peaks as well. And I have now here an example for, let's say, a proton NMR. So I can put in some peaks. And here you really have to know, it took me a while also. When you put in the peaks, you have to list them just one after another with a comma in between. So the next one now has to be without any blank spaces or whatever. Yeah. It's a bit of a funny implementation. I wouldn't have expected that way, but that's how it works. And I'm happy this is now going to be recorded, because sometimes I also forget. And it's I couldn't find it documented anywhere. So you just list in the peaks. These are now chemical shifts for some compound. And I would like to know if there's a proton NMR which corresponds to that. So let's search. And what we get then is, well, we didn't get any compound that would have exactly those peaks, but there's one which with a hit quality of 80%. So now if you would go and look at those peaks, we would see where the difference comes from. So this seems correct. 3.8. Yeah. Not really, and then we have more, but that's how it works. And here you have now a button to show peak assignments to see where those come from in case of a NMR spectra. So this is basically all what you can do with KnowItAll AnyWare. It's limited to those functionalities, so it's for a quick search. If you just want to check, is there a spectrum here, you can do it really within a minute. There's no login needed. You just need to be within the ETH network. Yeah, it is something what we license. Yeah, and with that, I go back to my presentation. I need to show those who are online that there's a coffee lecture card. Yep, here it is. So we have this coffee lecture card available. If you like it, just drop me an email, as they are right here in front of you. And next week we do another round. Oliver Wren will start with WordPress, where you can build really nice clubs for journal clubs for discussions, and it's actually a tool that is offered by ETH, and many don't know about it. We use it a lot in our group. And then my colleague will talk about how SciFinder can be used to search biosequences, also patents on biosequences. And then end of the week, I come again with Springer materials for physical-chemical properties of materials and molecules. So yeah, spread the word, come again, and I'm happy to accept questions. Thanks a lot.